Hello everyone, this is Donna from Even the Scales, and I'm on my channel to protect myself from the neighbours around me and the other members of this community that just can't seem to accept that I'm not dead. So the people around me, most of them, they've been contracted to try and abuse me to death, and it hasn't worked out for them. But the thing is, there are cameras in my home that are still enabling these people to put me through abuse. They're also enabling these people to stalk me aggressively 24 hours a day. And the people that are around me, the closest people around me that are involved in this, these people are absolutely desperate, and they're dangerous people right now because they know they have done so much over the past 22 months to put me through abuse, so much so that when they're arrested, they're going to jail for a very long time. So they're trying to hurry up and kill me. That is the absolute truth of what these people are trying to do. And they're trying to do it as a group. And they just keep niggling away. They just keep doing things. There's also, I've got two of the neighbours tampering with my air. The two women. The one downstairs, she's been tampering with my air on and off all day. And the woman in the unit next door has just started up about an hour ago. So they've started that back up again. And they're also, these people, because they have close access, they're selling their services to people because they're able to abuse me. So they've got people that are saying, do this and we'll pay you this, because it's the only way people can get to me, and they're desperate because they know time's running out. So there's a lot of people out there that are viewing into my home illegally, watching me be put through abuse, because they've been involved in this abuse. Some of them from large organisations, well-known organisations. There's also a pilot that's being paid to fly over my home. He's been doing it all morning since about 8 o'clock this morning. So someone pays him to fly over my home. And it's all just to create extra noise. And there's also been men stalking my home all day in loud vehicles. And all of these people are viewing into my home illegally. So I need urgent help right now because it's these groups that are all still working together. There's Transport New South Wales workers as well that go past my home that are involved in this. And it's just these last groups, these relentless groups that just will not accept that I'm not dead. So they're just doing anything they possibly can. When I say these people are parasites, they will just try and get into my life any way they can. They'll try and sneak into my life and put me through abuse any way they possibly can. And two of them are going so far as to tamper with the oxygen I'm trying to breathe in my home. And they've been doing this, one of them's been doing this for almost 12 months. Maybe even longer before I realised, because one of the ways that she tampers with my air is silent, because she sends dust into my air from her home because her range hood has been rigged over her stove. So, and that range hood, I've been asking St George Community Housing to fix that since February of 2025, and it's still not fixed. So they've actually ignored my emails when I've sent them emails. Because, why? Because they're trying to prolong this cruel torture. My home's been turned into a torture chamber by St George Community Housing, and this is because they have taken bribes from corrupt members of the New South Wales justice system to try and abuse me to death in my home. And then the people around here, they've been contracted to do this. They've been contracted to try and bully and abuse me to death. Yes, I know, it's unbelievable, isn't it? But this has been happening to me here in Campbelltown, New South Wales for the past 22 months. My family are a part of this. They view into my home illegally on these cameras. because they've stolen an inheritance from me that they need to give back as soon as possible. So right now, I want to breathe clean air in my home. So St. George Community Housing, you need to do something about these neighbours who think that it's okay to tamper with someone's air, because it's definitely not okay to tamper with someone's oxygen that they're trying to breathe. And why it has taken 12 months to get this through this woman's head downstairs, I don't know. But someone needs to tell her. Someone needs to tell her that it's a serious crime to tamper with someone's air in any way. Someone needs to tell both of them. These people are also watching my heartbeat on a monitor as they do this. They've just seen me have a coffee, so they all attack at once. And that's attempted murder. What these people are doing, the fact that they're watching my heartbeat on a monitor, they attack at once to cause me panic. They know I have severe PTSD and they attack me as a group. That is attempted murder. I don't care if it's 10 people or if it's one person doing this. It's still attempted murder. These people must think that because they're trying to abuse me as a group, that it doesn't matter, it doesn't count, that it won't be attempted murder, but it will be attempted murder, because you people have done this over and over and over and over and over again. The woman downstairs and the woman next door, you should see the information that's on my channel about these two people. It's all there. And people know I'm telling the truth. Because, see, these people were counting on me not being here now. They were counting on me already being gone, dead, and they were expecting some kind of lump sum of money when they were successful at taking my life. It hasn't happened and they just can't accept it. This woman downstairs, she is just absolutely obsessed with stalking and putting me through abuse. It's sick. The fixation that this woman has on me is sick. And there's several other neighbours around here that are exactly like her. But they weren't counting on me still being here. So they're angry. They're angry at me for still being here, for sticking up for myself, for fighting for my life. So they're just trying in any way to put me through abuse. There's a person over the back that stalked me as well, aggressively. And they also wasn't counting on people seeing the big picture. People weren't supposed to see the big picture because there's just so many people involved in this. It's a huge network of people. There's corrupt members of the health system. There's corrupt members of the justice system here in New South Wales. My family members are involved. 3/4 of the Campbelltown community is involved in this. And there's so many leaders involved in this that they thought that they would get away with it. The Campbelltown police are involved in this. The Campbelltown police view into my home illegally and have done for 22 months at least, watching me be put through torture in my home because they are a part of this abuse. So I need urgent help because there's no one to call for help. I can't call on the landlord and tell them I'm being abused because they are the ones that turned my home into a torture chamber. St. George Community Housing. I can't call on the police because they're watching me go through this abuse. I can't call on a family member because they have purposely isolated me because they've stolen my inheritance from me and my legacy that they need to give back because they're not getting away with trying to steal my life. And these people need to stop. They need to understand that it hasn't worked out and they need to accept that. And someone needs to tell them. And they're not going to stop until they're held accountable and someone's made an example of and arrested. Maybe then, if someone's arrested and they get these cameras out of my home and they take this implant that's been implanted in my body without my permission, they need to remove that. They need to get these cameras out of my home so that these people, so that they're not being enabled. Because that's what's enabling these people. They're stalking me so aggressively. I have to hold up a curtain when I go to the toilet. It's ridiculous what I'm being put through. And when the truth comes out about this, there's going to be shock. There's going to be shock about like just how severely my human rights, my dignity, my privacy has been taken from me. And I'm an innocent person. I'm a good citizen of this town. I'm a good citizen of this country. I try and make the world a better place every day, and I deserve to be here more than these parasites that think they can sit back and abuse someone to death for money. So I want these cameras out of my home, St. George Community Housing. I want the cameras out of my home, and I want to be acknowledged for this crime. I want acknowledgement for this crime, for this horrific abuse that I've been through for the past 22 months because of corrupt members of the New South Wales justice system. So please, if there's anyone out there that can help me raise public awareness of this and make this landlord accountable and get these cameras out of my home, please help me, because yes, I'm having to hold up a curtain when I go to the toilet. And that's only because I just realised the other day that there's cameras in my bathroom. So for the past 22 months, I haven't known that they've been there. So that's how much that my rights and my dignity's been taken and stolen from me. My privacy. And St. George Community Housing, you're going to pay for this. You are going to pay for this. So I'm going to get acknowledgement for your crimes, St. George Community Housing. You better believe that. So thank you if you've listened to this video, and please, if you can help me to raise public awareness, please help me, because this is an absolute emergency. No human being should have to be treated like this. Nobody. And you know, it's even more disgusting that there's two women here abusing me. There's two women here that are abusing the oxygen in my home and trying to take my life, when this is happening because of abusive men that have committed violent crimes against women, and abusive men that have hurt children. That's why this is happening. And there's two women that live close to me that are abusing my air and my privacy. Please, if you can help me raise public awareness, please contact me on the email attached to this video, because I need help. It's an absolute emergency that I get help here. Thank you for listening.